Oh, good morning everyone, it's Lee Chapman here and welcome to this week's video. I just want to say that it's already too late in 2019. We're literally 20 days away from Christmas 2019 and the pressure is on. People are starting to think about presents, racing around, doing all the things that need to get done before Christmas, cleaning in the house, working out what's happening with work and all the stresses that go with that. It's funny that this will be talking about how to survive Christmas, because although it's supposed to be a time of peace and reconciliation and everyone gets along, unfortunately as we get closer to Christmas there is more and more stress in both the workplace and families and relationships. So what do you do about it? Well, first of all, you have to have emotional maturity. Now, there are some people that no matter what will never be able to possess emotional maturity. There's a few different types of emotional maturity and different stages. You have children that do not have emotional maturity. They just chuck a mental, chuck a hissy fit because they are children. Then you have wise children. You might have heard the statement that, oh, that kid or that boy or girl has wisdom beyond their years. They have emotional maturity. Then they grow into adults, and you have adults that have emotional maturity and adults that do not possess emotional maturity. And this can be particularly hard if you're married to someone that does not have emotional maturity. Well, what is emotional maturity? Emotional maturity is the ability to control your emotions, right? So, with that being said, you have to remember the laws of physics, that energy is not created nor destroyed, it's just moved from place to place. And there is two types of energy. There is positive and there is negative. Every atom has a positive and a negative charge to it. So therefore that permeates through everything we do in life. So if you, for example, if you give someone a compliment, say you're at a shop and it's cracking busy and people are going nuts and people are treating that shop assistant like absolute crap. No one says please, no one says thank you. It's a terrible job, right? If you go up to that person amongst all those crowds of people, when it's your turn to get served, you say thank you Julie, or whoever their name tag is. I think you're doing a great job today. I hope you have a nice day. That bit of energy, positive energy, will be transferred to that person. Remember, it just moved from place to place. In the same way as if you treat someone badly, you'll transfer that energy, that negative energy, onto that person and make their day worse. Now, here's where the emotional maturity part comes into it. We do not have the ability to stop how people treat us. That's just life. You do have the ability of how to react to how people treat you in life. So for example, if you have someone that cut you off in traffic or was late to a meeting or whatever, instead of getting bent out of shape about it, say, well, maybe they just got caught in traffic, or maybe they had a flat tire, or maybe their cat died, or whatever the case may be. Nice plane going over. Whatever the case may be, it's not a reflection on you, it's just that they are trying to pass that energy on to you. Now, it's up to you whether you take that energy on or not. For me, when someone's having a bad day and they do not possess emotional maturity, the first thing I say to them is there a problem? Is there something I can help you with? Now, if they say, oh, well, I'm sorry, I was sorry I was short with you. I've just, the kids have been sick and my grandmother's sick and my cat just died or whatever. I say, oh, okay, that's okay. Let me pray for you or think about you or make you a cup of tea or do something for you. If they don't, they go, oh, nothing, and they continue to act with emotional immaturity, just leave them be. Back off, give them room and leave. Me, I just walk out. See, oh, well, I'll just leave you to your wallow. I'm out of here. But the other part of that emotional maturity is something that dawned on me, that I realised that whether you believe in creation or whether you believe in evolution, everybody you bump into is some kind of distant relative. They're either related to you or they are a distant relative. And that, when you have that mentality, it changes your whole spectrum of your day. Why? Because That guy that's begging on the road for a few dollars on the side of the road is a distant relative. That guy that was late at the meeting or cut you off in traffic, distant relative. So instead of getting mad, you can think, okay, he's just a distant relative. I don't know him. I haven't seen him for a while. Whatever. I'll just let that be. And you'll cruise through life a lot better with emotional maturity than emotional immaturity. Unfortunately, some people will never, ever, ever possess it because they don't have the faculty to think, how can I improve my situation? And they usually tend to blame rather than accept. They are usually reactive instead of proactive. So I hope that's been a help today. Be more emotional mature. It takes a bit of soul searching to do and a bit of control to do, but give it a go. Just remember that this Christmas is going to be stressful. Use some emotional maturity. In the meantime, ladies, as men, we do notice you. You are beautiful, even though we don't say it as often as we should. And just remember that men, that you have what it takes, and your responsibility to teach others never ends. Okay guys, bye for now.